Welcome to a new market update in which we're going to discuss Bitcoin and Ethereum today. Two updates later today, we're going to discuss some altcoins. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do the live stream today. Our website has some bugs and I'm still not feeling too great. And I already have a podcast coming up later today, so I have to digest or diversify my energy a little bit more. So that's not what I'm going to do today. That's why we're going to do the live stream on Monday, 5:30 Central European Time. And I expect that to be a weekly thing again after that day. So let's get to the charts. But before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like the YouTube update, and also do not forget to follow me on Twitter. Yesterday we've discussed this chart in which we stated that Bitcoin was closing in on support and was likely going to retest or at least bounce back from that support to see whether we can have some strength, right? So in this case, what we can see here is that Bitcoin made a nice bounce back up, rejected at resistance. Some news came in over tempering, about tempering in the US, and that's why the US stocks also dropped down in the last hour of the day. That same hour, Bitcoin dropped down south too. What we can see, rejection, bounced back towards the low, made a small block here, another rejection and bounced below the support. And now we're just zooming in, or we're just hovering beneath the support, as you can see. What we also see is that we are making lower highs, lower lows, right? So in order to crack this entire structure, I preferably want to see a breakout above 44.8, as that's the new lower high. If that breaks, then I'm still looking at 45.7k, but then the scenario becomes that we could be having a bounce back up to 45.7, create a higher low, and the structure starts to continue moving. As I stated in this region here, correcting is quite normal, and we are looking at any of these levels that we have here to structure the potential support area. So if Bitcoin is going to continue moving these lower highs, lower lows, the area that I'm looking at is the entire region around 43k. That is a very important level for me. If that is lost, we could have a very swift drop towards 40k, as there's not much in between. This block is what I'm looking at. But if we do hold here and we crack back up, it does mean that altcoins are most likely going to continue blasting. We see that Atom is doing well now. We see also Dino coins waking up a little bit, meaning that the altcoins are taking over the momentum once again. And I think that altcoins will be doing that until Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. So this correction of Bitcoin is just a great opportunity for you to get into the markets. I do not believe that we're going to go all the way back towards 30k unless Bitcoin loses the area around 37.5. I've marked it before based on the daily time frame. You don't really want to see Bitcoin losing this region here. That is the critical one. If we look at the structure based on the daily time frame, we are probably going to create a new range construction in which this entire region between 43.8 to 44.7 might be the range low for now. And yes, we do have this bearish divergence. However, if you would have been trading on every bearish divergence, you would probably be losing money, as these bearish divergences can be building up heavily and can be invalidated if the market continues to make higher lows. So at this stage, this region is what I'm looking at. If that is lost, I'm going to look at 40k. In the ultimate chance, I'm going to look at 38.5 as the next support zone. But this corrective move is quite fine, especially in the coming days. We'll be seeing whether Bitcoin is going to accelerate or not. So when you look at this price structure, we can see that we are currently acting beneath support, which would ultimately mean that once we reverse once again, we're going to accelerate south. And usually you will see that price drops down in these hubs, and then at some point it starts to accelerate like we have been doing here. Just bounces back, lower highs, lower lows, previous support becomes resistance, acceleration and reversal. And you can see that in that reversal we reclaim a previous support level. So in order to reverse, there's two scenarios right now. One is we drop towards 43k and make a bullish divergence there and create any bounce structure here in which we avoid any new lower lows. So we just bounce back towards 43k, towards this region, bounce back up, and we just create a higher low. Or the second scenario for Bitcoin at this stage is we crack back above 44.5, rally all the way towards 45.6, and reclaim that 44.5 level as confirmation before we start continuing moving upwards. And that reclaim will be doing great for altcoins. Looking at Ethereum, we can see the exact same. However, Ethereum is currently just still showing that we are in support. Ethereum nicely rejects 31.25, would have been a great short, stop loss here. We're going to discuss that in the coming period on our YouTube too. But right now, when we are looking at Ethereum against USDT, we can see that we have reversed the trend a little bit, meaning that it's a little bit shaky at this point. We are hovering above support still, as that's the level that we're looking at. If Bitcoin is going to crash down further, so if it's going to lose 43 and we're going to look at 40k, then I'm going to watch this entire region around 26 for a massive opportunity for Ethereum overall. But you can see that in any of these constructions that we were breaking out, I was also eager to buy back Ethereum at 750. We also got a very nice corrective move here. We also get a bearish divergence here, which was invalidated as it just continued making higher lows. So at this point, we are in the same spot as Ethereum was back in January 2021, through which we are on the edge of a massive move once again. So if Ethereum is able to hold this support, that would be great. And then we're going to target 3160. What should you do right now? Well, there are still many altcoins that are doing great and just breaking out once in a while. Atom is one of them. It's showing strength right now. We have made some beautiful double bottom bounces here. We've made a beautiful run for Atom as well. We're going to look at the fact whether it's going to hold 17 bucks, but preferably whether it's going to hold 16 bucks. And if it does, we know that we've got a new range construction and we can start targeting higher levels for Atom, especially around 23 bucks. So the altcoins are still doing fine and I'm expecting them to continue doing fine. Does that mean that you should be going all in on them? No, of course not. It's all depending on Bitcoin at this stage, and I gave you the levels to be watching and the scenarios to be watching with Bitcoin. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out on Twitter. Have a wonderful day.